Today I will be talking about an action anime called The King's Avatar. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. The anime starts with the introduction of Ye Shu, who is one of the best, if not the best player in the game called Glory. He is the captain of a team called Excellent Era and won multiple championships with them. After a few losses, the manager of the team says it is Ye Shu's fault and decides to swap him out, which would lead to him being only a practice partner and not an actual player. Ye Shu wants to play though, and signs his department from the team, which includes a 2-year competitive clause, which means that he cannot join other teams in that time frame. After now having no job at all, he decides to enter an internet cafe on his way back home, where he meets the cafe owner, Chen Go. He asks if he can become the night supervisor, which Chen agrees to if he pulls an all-nighter. There is also the new 10th server of Glory starting that night, where everyone starts as a new character. He then tries to tell Chen he is actually Ye Shu, which she writes off as a lie or joke, as she is a big fan of him. Starting off in the new server, his special made weapon, looking like an umbrella, is revealed for his in-game character called Lord Grimm. He is then invited to a raid by an unknown player who says they are gonna split the loot, only to find out inside that the guy is actually trying to get everyone killed just before the boss dies, so he can steal the loot for himself. Ye notices this and lets him die instead, to then solo the boss. The evil guy then tries to say it was Ye's intention to steal all the loot from the beginning in all chat, so no one wants to queue up with Lord Grimm anymore. So he goes to the same group again, asking if they should do the next raid, which even though they are confused, they accept it. Lord Grimm then shows off his superb skills and leadership skills, which makes it possible for the group to take down the boss. With a special hit combo, he also activates the hidden boss, which they are also able to take down, giving them the first secret boss kill of the server, which other guilds notice and confuse them as they don't recognize the players' names. The guilds then try to get Lord Grimm on board for their next raid, which Lord Grimm accepts if they give him some rare materials. But before that, he actually heads to bed, just to see everybody shattered the next day as his retirement is announced. He then goes into the raid with the guild Blue Brooks, where he takes over the lead to impress everyone with a special strat to clear the specific raid. They also realize that he uses special techniques that only pros are able to do, which impresses them even more. They are able to get the speed record for the guild, which is announced on the server. Afterwards, a new character is introduced, who is the owner's friend who specializes in 101 battles in Glory, but never really played the actual game. The boss then tells Ye Shu to play her in front of a small crowd, which realizes that he is Lord Grimm from the 10th server. They play each round for a small amount of money, only for Ye to beat her easily round and round again. He then tells her she got so much still to learn and goes off with his earned money. Back on the server, Lord Grimm found someone on a world boss, and they grouped up. Behind them, 3 guilds are trying to get the world boss as well, only to find Ye's group starting it already as a small party. As the guilds run to the world boss, Ye enrages the boss, which then spawns lots of zombies to keep the guilds busy. Meanwhile, he lures the boss into an empty space to then kill it with his party. He then realizes that his speed record got broken by his ex-pro team's guild by 7 minutes, so he groups up with some of Tyrannical Ambition, another big guild on the server, the guy that helped with the world boss called Steambun, the boss's friend, and his good girlfriend called Su Mu Cheng on an alt account, who still plays in his ex-pro team. They are then, with the help of Ye's leadership skills, able to get multiple combos out, even though 2 of the team members are newbies that are nowhere near pro level yet. With Ye's leadership and Su Mu Cheng's pro skills that even impress Tyrannical Ambition's leader, they are able to get the speed record back from Excellent Dynasty. Back in the open world, out of nowhere, the group gets attacked by the leader of the guild, called Plantago Seed. Even though Ye Shu wins the fight, he realizes that someone else is playing on the leader's account, who is apparently Wang Yeshi, a captain of a pro team. Wang Yeshi gives his youngster team cards for the 10th server and tells them to kill Lord Grimm for practice. He also tells them that he is 80% sure that Lord Grimm is actually Ye Shu. Ye then tells them to fight him 1-on-1 in the arena and bet rare materials each fight so that he can upgrade his weapon, which they proceed to do. Ye wins every fight besides the fight against the leader, which ends in a draw. Afterwards, Ye, with his newfound friends, starts a small guild and gets a new server record. This angers the bigger guilds, as their reputation is on the line, as they got outclassed by such a small guild. The guilds then plan a plot against the guild members, including Yeshu, and hunt him down inside the server, trying to kill him and his guild. A fight breaks out with Ye's team coming out on top. Even though no one knows what guild attacked first, it seems that the people from his ex-pro team, Excellent Era, were behind the attack. Afterwards, they are being chased again inside a forest, as multiple guilds work together, coordinating attacks on their members. Sumu Cheng, Steambun, and a pro player friend who is known for spamming the text chat all the time in-game so no one can see anything. Kind of a bad game mechanic, no? And multiple other friends of Ye group up to fight back against a big amount of people. They then give the mob a hard time, taking down one after the other, to eventually come out on top, even after being outnumbered by the mob. At the end, to find out who really is behind Lord Grimm, an esport manager gets one of the top pro players onto the server, who fought Ye multiple times in the pro scene. Upon entering, the two start to fight. Even though no one can see who wins the fight, Yeshu's identity is found out by the pro player. Ye also tells him that he will eventually come back to the pro scene again, at some point, after he is able to do so again. If you liked this video, please think about leaving a like and a comment, as it really helps out a lot to keep doing what we are doing. Thank you and have a nice day. Blastings from Akuma Anime.